Welcome to South Australia, city of wineries, churches, good food, and where the ocean meets the outback. Come and join us on our road trip through South Australia. Alright, so me and Julia are at our first stop here on our South Australian road trip. Memorial Lookout. If you have a drone, you'll absolutely love this place. We came here for sunrise, so the sunrise is up over this way, but it would be much better for sunset. Don't know if you can see it, but it rises more over that side, and I think it would look a lot better. Julie is freezing, so she's in the car. We're going off to our next stop now, so enjoy the ride. Alright, we are at our second stop, Second Valley. Me and Julia are on a bit of a deadline, so we don't get to explore it. Kind of just looks like a valley, hence the name. Looks like mainly for fishing, and I did read that they do some cliff jumping here, but it is winter, so no cliff jumping or water touching for us. Off to Kangaroo Island now, and hopefully we make it in time for the ferry. Alright, we are in our camper van on the ferry. The Sea Link ferry going to Kangaroo Island. It's not the cheapest ferry in the world. It costs us, for 2 passengers plus the 7-meter camper, it cost $550 roughly, give or take. It takes about 45 minutes to get there. We haven't left yet. We're just inside our camper van having some breakfast.
My breakfast will be some cereal. Make sure you get there about half an hour early, because we rocked up about 22 and we pretty much just got on. Yeah, Kangaroo. Alright, we have arrived to Kangaroo Island, and our very first stop was called Sea Dragon. We didn't actually plan this spot, it was just a sign on the side of the road, so we stopped in, and it's pretty cool. Just a little bay. Pretty much by the looks of it so far in Kangaroo Island, you can just drive on the road and then stop where it tells you like there's scenic spots and there's photo opportunities, so we're going to continue to check it out. Alright, we are at one of our unknown stops called George's Castle. We actually just met the owner of George's Castle. He is born and bred here in Kangaroo Island and has been building this place for 21 years. Does it all himself at his own cost. It's pretty crazy. If I can get the drone up, you'll see a lot more of what it actually is. But right behind me is the entrance. Right there, and it basically takes you down a loop. He's got like a theme. He's got a frog theme, medieval theme, Egyptian theme, a bunch of other themes. It's really cool, it's really unique. Alright, we've just arrived to the lighthouse at Flinders Chase National Park. It is pretty much the very end stop at Flinders Chase National Park. So we're going to start at the back and work our way up. Alright, here we are at Admiral's Arch. I struggle to say that, Admiral's Arch. It seems like it's one of the favourites here in Kangaroo Island, as this has been the busiest so far here at Flinders Chase National Park. I don't know if you can see it much behind me, but there it is. Was this your favourite, Julia? Yeah, it's beautiful.
So there it is. Enjoy. Alright, me and Julia are running to Remarkable Rocks. It is setting, the sun that is.
Beautiful.
It's such a shame don't know if you can see the remarkable rocks. I'll try to get some footage if we get there before the moon comes up. It'd be a lot better if the sun was setting from over there, but it's setting from over there, and it is a banger of a sunset. So hopefully we get there in time. All right, here we are at Rapid Bay, our very first stop on our way to the York Peninsula from Kangaroo Island. It's got a huge long jetty. I don't know if you can really see it from this angle, and a wicked cliff face. I don't know if I'll get much content here. It's very windy and I'm a bit worried to fly my drone. But just know it is absolutely stunning here. In summer, I'd imagine it'd be wicked to jump off the jetty. But we will be off to the next spot very shortly. All right, here we are at Lake Bumbunga, the very last stop on our way to Barossa Valley. We have done parts of Innes National Park, parts of the York Peninsula, and now we are finishing up here at Lake Bumbunga, a pink lake with a Loch Ness monster out in the middle of it. It's about to set the sun, so it doesn't look overly pink, but when we got here, it was very pink. And we did go to another pink lake as well, which was quite pink as well. But yeah, check it out. Alright, we are here at Barossa Valley Chocolate Factory, where they make all their own chocolate, and it is delicious. I actually thought you could do a walk around tour, but you don't. You can watch them work from a glass window, and there's like little QR codes where you can scan it, and it tells you a little bit about what they do, the process and all that. They got heaps of different chocolate I've never actually tried before, and the ones I tried were worth the drive. So come check it out next time you're here in Barossa Valley. Alright, Lavender Farm, here we are. One of our very last stops before the winery in Barossa. It's a cute little farm. You can just pretty much walk around. I thought it cost money to get in here, but it was actually free. You just enter through the shop, you walk around the farm, heaps of cute little decorations and lavender and plants and stuff. And then you finish up back at the shop, and if you like some lavender, buy some. Alright, if you made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you so much. It was my first vlog that I've done, and I found it pretty intimidating talking in front of the camera, especially with big crowds and stuff. It's a lot more difficult than it looks, and for anyone that does this full time, it's very impressive to be able to talk to the camera so fluidly, without messing up, without saying like I do 1,000 times, or saying the same things over and over again. Hopefully I can get better, because I do love my traveling. I do love making this sort of content. It is really enjoyable, and the better I get at it, the more enjoyable I imagine it becomes. So in Adelaide, at the end of the trip, I didn't really get to give a bit of a conclusion and overview of what we did. We were super busy. It was go the last day, so I didn't really get much sit down time to explain what I did. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm at home. I actually have a broken leg, so I have a bit of time on my hands, approximately 3 months worth of time. So I'd like to talk about Adelaide here at the end. So me and Julia landed at Adelaide Airport around 3. We had to pretty much go and get our camper van straight away, which was around 3:30, and then it was dark quite early because it was winter. So we got our camper van, we had a nice early dinner, and then we drove down to one of the peninsulas. I'll put the name here. I think it's Fleurieu Peninsula. I'm not too sure how to pronounce it. We then slept, woke up early, went to 2 locations for sunrise, got on the earliest ferry we could to Kangaroo Island. The journey over there was super smooth, super comforting, really nice journey. We then did as much as we could on Kangaroo Island for a full day and a half, nearly 2 full days. We then came back on the Sea Link ferry, which was super rough this time. Like, it was awful. People were spewing. Everyone was laying down. Everyone was struggling. It was not an enjoyable ride over there. So do keep that in mind. Have your seasick tablets if you get seasick. Like I said, on the way there was great. On the way back, not so much. We then did a little bit more of the same peninsula I mentioned earlier, as much as we could, on our way up to the York Peninsula. And that took us, that was the biggest day. That was like nearly a full day of seeing things and driving. It was a long day. We finished in the York Peninsula. We got up, we did the Innes National Park and as much stuff as we could in the York Peninsula while we made our way back down to Barossa, and that's where we finished. We actually seen a lot in the 4 full days we were there, but if I was to do this again, or if I was going to recommend it to you guys, I would just focus on one of the peninsulas for the 4 days, whether that be Kangaroo Island or the Floran Peninsula or the York Peninsula. Just focus on an area, do that for the full 4 days, take your time, especially if you go during summer because you can swim. We didn't get to swim, it was winter. But if you take your time, you'll see a lot more, you get to appreciate a lot more. We pretty much just wanted to tick a lot of stuff off our boxes, which we did. We've seen a lot, it was great. But yeah, if I could do it again, I would focus on one area for the full 4 days. I hope you enjoyed this content, and I will hopefully make more whenever I get a chance. Thank you.